Have you checked the children?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie Van Slaughter.
I'm Marcia Parker.
That's right. We are being joined remotely by Marcia Parker because she can't fit through our doorway anymore. No,
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I took a risk with that one. See, the person that matters laughed, so that's all that matters.
It's only because she's not here.
I know. I'd probably go
Smack you.
punch in the mouth right now.
There
No, Marcia.
Yeah,
Thank you. No, Marcia is being safe. She is going to almost be done with her bun in the oven pretty soon. So,
Yay. New horror show baby.
Indeed. So we are excited, though, to gather even remotely to discuss this, which is a long time coming because us three have been ride or die Wolf Creek fans at this point. We got requested Wolf Creek 2 by a patron, and so we went back and watched Wolf Creek 1, and we were like, dude, we really like Mick Taylor.
Yeah.
We want to keep going with this. So we watched Wolf Creek 2 as the commentary, and we were all like, he just cut off a dude's dick. What is going on right now? Like, so, yeah. And then we watched Wolf Creek Season 1, which it felt like 10 episodes. It might have also been 6, but Season 2 was 6 episodes. Was it 6 also?
I think so.
I thought Season 1 was 10.
It felt long. I know, but I think it was 6 because Shudder kept bringing me back to season 1 after every episode. I'm like, stop.
It's so annoying, I know. Shudder has some bugs to work out, but we are here to talk about, unfortunately, the very last iteration of Mick Taylor that we've seen, and that is Wolf Creek Season 2. And this finally dropped on Shudder. We reviewed Season 1, I don't know, maybe even a year ago at this point, but Season 2 was not available yet, and I was just randomly scrolling through Shudder recently because Shudder is becoming fastly indispensable as a horror fan. $5 a month to see all the awesome stuff that Shudder has is definitely worth it, and this... I was just scrolling and I was like, I'm just going to look at Wolf Creek. I kept it in my list. I was like, let's just check back every now and again. And boom, all of a sudden, Season 2 was available. And so I sent out on the message, I was like, Marcia Susie, Season 2 of Wolf Creek is available on Shudder. We got to knock this out finally because we all love, and Susie especially, I think, loves Mick Taylor more than anyone. But honest to God, after watching Season 2, I feel like Mick Taylor easily earns a spot in one of the top 10 scariest horror villains of all time. So, my overall thoughts on Season 2, just really quickly, is I think Season 2 was better and more engaging than Season 1. I think it was essentially a 6-episode horror movie, as opposed to a 2-hour horror movie drawn over 6 episodes. This was a 6-episode horror movie. So I loved Season 2. I thought it was great. Why don't we go with Marcia next?
I love season 2. I thought they really didn't hold anything back with this one. And there was times where I was like, whoa, they just did that? Like, that's amazing. And Mick is always fantastic. That actor is amazing. And I'm really happy that we got season 2. I like the fact that it kind of got back to the roots of Wolf Creek instead of trying to do a cat and mouse game type deal. It's more of a, okay, Mick's coming after you. Let's get it dirty. I like that about it.
Well, this was cat and mouse. It's just the cat is in the maze with the mice in this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's.
But it wasn't like the first season.
No,
right?
I agreed.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, what if he literally had a pool of 13 people to just play with? You know what I mean? That's kind of what this was. So, Susie, your overall thoughts.
I really enjoyed it. I think in this season, he really should, and other, like the movie in the first season, I think you really saw that kind of cat playing with the dead thing before he actually kills it. Where I feel like in this season, he was a bit more intense. You know what I mean? It wasn't, obviously he did play with the victims, but I think it was much more of that
playing
rage.
For keeps finality.
Yeah, like that rage behind him, like real serial killer, like scary intensity. So which was still great. I loved it.
So the long and short of the story for this season, the first season was about the single survivor of one of Mick's massacres. He kills a whole family, but the daughter survives, and the whole season is about her growing up and dealing with surviving and eventually going after Mick. This season is a much more straightforward thing where it's a tourist bus of international tourists, 13 international tourists on this bus to explore the Australian outback that happen across the deadliest killer in Australia.
Really quick question. Okay, you remember in the last season where all the kangaroos
Yeah,
were
yeah.
coming out of nowhere, and then that one got killed? Do you remember in the on the bus when they passed on the road, there was that kangaroo? It was like in the opening scene.
I didn't even realize that.
Did you see it, Marcia?
No.
Yeah, it was a kangaroo.
I'm all like,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's sick.
That's a clever tie.
Yeah,
Nice,
I
good
was
catch,
like,
Susie.
oh,
Good catch. All right.
Thank you.
So yeah, no, this was good, and basically what happens is by the end of the first episode, the bus driver is replaced by Mick.
Yeah.
And so now Mick is in control of the tour for the remaining 5 episodes as he slowly starts to pick them all off in more and more egregious ways. And it's just, it's a simple thing, but again, this is why I think foreign TV for horror is a little bit more effective than ours because they keep it limited. It's 6 episodes. It's lean and mean.
Right.
It's not like Sabrina trying to drag things out over 13 episodes or whatever. Lean and mean 6 episodes, and it just feels like an extended horror movie. And the nice thing is that every episode you get a certain amount of focus paid attention to each or a group of the characters.
Right.
Where you don't get that in movies. So I think it's actually perfect for a slasher like Mick Taylor that's got that personality. Like, I don't think you could do a 6-episode Jason show as easily as you could do a 6-episode Mick Taylor or Freddy show. Because the bad guy has to have the personality to sustain those 6 episodes. And that's, I think, 100% what we got with this.
Right. And what else I think is really great with, like, Shudder now... So many movies that, like, whereas in America you wouldn't, or shows that you wouldn't normally get to see, we are now able to see, like, things across the pond. And, you know, I think it's really great because it's expanding everyone's kind of library and the genres and subgenres of things that they like. So I think that's really great. It's awesome.
Story-wise, Marcia, what did you think?
I thought they did a really good job. I thought it was really interesting. Like you said before, you know, instead of him going after a small group, like the family or, you know, a couple travelers, like he actually got a big group of people to really play with, which was really fun. But also they tied in the fact that he was really upset about what happened in the previous season and how he got betrayed and how, you know, the cops were going after him. And now he's like, well, I got a point to prove now. I'm going to show you what I can actually do. And you're still not going to catch me, which was a lot of fun. I like how they're expanding upon the story and his legacy, and as well as bringing a lot more excitement in different ways. And it was cool that we got to, it always goes back to home. So we always get to go back to the home base and see what he has for us in store there. And I thought the characters were well done. They killed off the right ones when they needed to die, and kept the right ones to keep the story going. So I thought that overall they did a really good job.
Susie, story-wise?
I think what Marcia was saying is, again, like, he had a point to prove, which kind of goes back to what I was saying. I think in this season he was way more like raw, and you really saw that anger and how much he cares so little about these people and cares so much about what he does. It's like his hobby, you know what I mean? And also not just with Mick, but people in general, like in life, in that situation with what does happen during the season. There's one person in particular that it's true, like how people act. Like, what would you do in that situation? Would you help others or would you save yourself?
Turn tail and run, yeah.
Yeah, so you know, I think it was really, really good because he's not just the only asshole,
Yeah.
you know, in this. There's other people that have, you know, it's true, like what their minds would do, what would you do in that kind of situation? So,
well, and let's segue into the characters because there was a lot. But the nice thing, again, I think it's to the series' benefit that it was 13 characters plus Mick. And because we got 6 episodes, we had enough time to get to know each of the characters. Like the first episode was just kind of surface level, and then as we start to lose them, those episodes are also, they take the time to tell us about those characters so you care when we lose them. I mean, there's the guy that's obsessed with bus knowledge, you know, just knowing about buses and stuff like that. There's the young daughter of the German couple. There's the young black man that's interested in a couple of different girls on the bus and stuff like that. And there's like times where people are taken out, and I was like, I had to rewind. I was like, wait. Who was there when that happened? Who did we just lose? And I was like, oh, damn, we lost them and them. Oh, my God. Like anyone is fair game at any time, which I think is a nice thing because, again, with only 6 episodes, you do have that limited amount of time. You know it's not going to be unnecessarily drawn out, and anyone is unsafe. You know what I mean?
right, and I think that's what was great when they got on the bus, and you see Mick getting on the bus, and you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah, like that's how the first episode ends, is he's just like, you know, like. So, character-wise, though, I thought the acting pretty much all around. I don't feel like there was any particular character that drew me out of the story. I thought the acting was great all around. How about you, Marcia?
No, I agree. I thought everybody they picked fit the roles that they were meant to play really well. And, you know, and there were characters that you're like, okay, I hope this person dies. And then they did. And so I think, you know, they did a good job balancing that out. That's one of the things that some movies struggle with, whether it's horror or not, is you have some characters on there that should have gone a long time ago, and then they don't give the audience what they want. So it was exciting to see them go in the way they were going, and the way he was he's not just sticking to the same ways of killing. He found new ways of doing things, and there's a couple moments where I felt really upset about how he was killing off certain people.
The termite den was particularly egregious.
That was so great.
I was
great.
I was not happy.
And then when you see the termite den later, I was like, oh, come on.
It's improv, you guys.
Yeah. No, I
He
get
can
it.
think
I
on
get
his
it.
feet.
How about
It was amazing, but it made me very upset.
Susie, your thoughts on the acting?
Definitely same. There were some characters. One I had in particular that I wrote in the group chat.
Which one? Just say it.
Dwight,
Dwight.
the black guy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Or Wade. I thought it was Wade.
Wade, whatever.
Wade.
Wade. I don't
Close
know why I
enough.
think
There was
not
a W in there.
Wade. Yes, that one. I cannot.
No, couldn't deal with him?
I think
His
after
young
the
exuberance?
character, it was great. He did a really good job of annoying me and pissing me off. Like, he did his thing. You know what I mean?
This is it's so telling about you, because all he was sunshine. And you're just
Really?
like, screw that guy. He's too positive.
Actually,
Like, I don't get it.
I guess now that I think about it. No, because as soon as he
Why is
entered,
he so happy?
Yeah.
fuck that guy.
He's surrounded by 2 beautiful white women that want to bone him. What's wrong with him? Why is he so happy? Come on, give me a break. Have to do
Anyway,
some slack.
I thought of the acting, even the characters that came in later on during the series still did, for, you know, the short time that we did have with them. Rock on, Mick. You know, I think we were told enough about them that we could still be tethered to it. And then at the same time, because as a child, I was like, oh.
Well, we have to give credit where credit's due. When talking about acting, we have to shout out Mick again, because
Oh yeah, Mick is
this dude, again, I will
phenomenal.
state here, and I'm going to make a video about this. I fully 100% back the fact that Mick Taylor is one of the top 10 scariest horror villains of all time in movies. And it's not just scary because of what he does. It's scary because of his attitude, because of his nonchalance, because of his utter horrifying racism and bigotry.
Oh, yeah.
And like the fact that he can literally sit down with a random dude in a diner who's driving a bus full of people and he just says like, you know, oh yeah, it's tough, you know, driving people like this. And he's like, I don't think it would be for you. It's like, just because one guy says, I don't think this would be for you, and you just take it so, like, I don't think you should be a tour guide or whatever, it'd be weird or whatever, something like that, just so, an offhanded remark that you take so seriously, you're gonna go kill all 13 people on that bus and the dude that you just talked to, because he insinuated that you couldn't handle running a tour in Australia.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that is just, that scene, he's just frightening. When you say something that pisses Mick off and he just looks at you like, and he just freezes his expression.
I actually
Dude.
saw a video. It was like a prank Australian show, and they had Mick on it.
Oh, really?
Yes. It had something to do with the car. I don't know exactly, but he was like frightened, you know, about what was going on. But then when he found out, he made that same face, and I was like, yo, you don't know what this man is capable of. You know what I mean? But just like seeing that, and still it was like, I know it was just acting, but like, yo, like, no.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find it and show it to you guys because it's really.
Marcia,
it's really
did
funny.
Mick hold up his end for you?
Oh yeah, he's phenomenal. I mean, he's the reason why you watch Wolf Creek and why you watch both movies, why you watch both seasons, and why you can't wait for another one. Hopefully, comes out. I don't know, but he is a phenomenal. I think he is our version of Freddy, or one of those big timers for our generation. Like this is what we get to contribute, which is way better than some of the other crap that's been coming through. You know, like. I don't know.
Well, the
I mean,
fact that
it's.
Sorry,
I mean, we
yeah,
had
go ahead.
Scream. Yeah, we had Scream, which was good, but this guy's way better.
Well, the fact that he achieves it without any gimmicks, right? He doesn't have
Exactly.
any masks. He doesn't have dream powers. He doesn't come back from the dead. He's just a really fucked up human
Yeah.
and really good at being such.
Yeah,
So
he
that's why I
gives it-
think
it's
he-
like all
he
or
earns
nothing
that
with him.
spot.
Like he puts it out there. Or maybe he is really like that in real life. Who knows?
And of
But-
course, the gore continues because this is an Australian produced show. They don't have the same restrictions that we do here, so there's a lot of gore that we don't otherwise get. So effects wise, and again, they don't even bother with digital effects. Thank goodness,
No.
it's pretty much all practical gore effects, and it just serves the story. So effects wise, I was really impressed. Marcia?
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job, especially with when you get like the burns and you get like the explosion, and then there's some shrapnel that happened with that was just like whoa. They took their time and didn't overdo it, but it made it feel real, and that's the trick, you know, especially with something like this where it's supposed to feel more real. It's supposed to scare you. Like, I don't want to go hanging out in the middle of nowhere, Australia, because there could be a Mick around that this is going to happen.
Yep.
And it's not, overdone to where you feel safe, right? It makes you feel uncomfortable because this could really happen, and this is what it would look like.
I think you
So,
just hit
I
on
thought it was
something.
great.
Mick is to the Australian outback as Jaws is to the ocean for me. Like, I don't like water I can't see to the bottom of because of Jaws, and I would not like the Australian outback because of A, everything there wants to kill you, and B, Mick is there somewhere, like,
Right.
or Mick-like person. So, yeah, I mean, and for you, Susie, finally, the effects-wise?
I think that what Marcia said, she hit the nail right on the head. Like, it's everything practical, it feels real, but also what I thought was great, it is a real big problem. Like, people do disappear, and in the beginning, like in the opening credits, they show all those people who have gone missing and when they gone missing, and it kind of adds to that. So
And it's like,
yeah.
how many of those were Micks?
right?
Yeah.
Like, like Human Centipede, there's those weird people out there, you
Yeah.
know? So I know, Marcia said it best, I think. So it was spot on.
So ultimately, I think all three of us seem to be happy that we went down this Wolf Creek
Yes.
road. Both movies, both seasons. Thank you very much to our patrons for initially requesting that commentary for episode 2 or for movie 2, because I had forgotten how much I loved Mick, and now literally I will not talk about horror movie bad guys without mentioning Mick Taylor, because to do as much as he did with as little as he had compared to all of those other killers, there's an argument to be made that he's better than the others because he didn't need any of those gimmicks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know, and hopefully with how successful I think it is, it's amazing. It gets a bit more traction, perhaps gets more popular, and maybe gets, you know, more series or maybe another movie. I don't know. I think it deserves it because, like you said, he doesn't have a gimmick. It's all him in his mind, and it's you can't get.
He still scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get all of these, like, if we can get 5 or 6 movies out of like Final Destination and Scream and the furries, I don't know, like. You should be able to get another movie with Mick Taylor.
Or like
You'd think
Mick
so.
Comes to America.
He actually was in a movie I saw recently, and he was a good guy in a movie I saw recently, an Australian movie. So it was a little weird. I was like, this doesn't work.
can't
We
not
need you to
see
be
Mick.
evil. Yeah, like he's a good grandfather, but he's older now. He's not even this season was from a while ago. So. But I will say that obviously we all really enjoyed season 2. We enjoy Mick Taylor. We enjoy Wolf Creek. If you guys have enjoyed any of those things, it's definitely a good idea to go and finish it out. Again, it's available on Shudder, so if you're already paying $5 a month, you already have access to it. And if you haven't seen the first season, but you've seen the 2 movies and you like them, just skip to the second season if you want. Again, it's the better of them. You might as well watch season 1 because it's got some really good Mick stuff.
No, you should, because the gradualness.
It's true. It's true. But again, I think there's something to be said for the fact that all 3 of us seem to like season 2 better than season 1, right? So, any final thoughts from either of you ladies?
Hashtag Mick goes to America.
Oh, it's like Crocodile Dundee.
I think he hates Americans too much to come to America.
No, I think that'd be the best.
Dude, I think Mick Taylor versus Crocodile Dundee is something we need to see. That's something that needs to happen. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to do it for our review of the second season of Wolf Creek. Again, available right now on Shudder. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Marcia for joining us remotely, and hopefully we'll all be able to be back together soon for more reviews. But until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie Von Slaughter.
I'm Marcia Becker.
And remember, stay scared.
Stay scared.